Hey guys, I lived in a Goshiwon apartment for 2 weeks as a small personal experiment because I wanted to know how I feel on such a small place. And yeah, Goshiwons are mostly student apartments in Korea, so they are also often located near universities like mine. Goshiwons are known for their really small space, and that they are affordable and they do not require an deposit, like unlike almost other apartments in Seoul. Today I want to show you how it looks like, and I want to share with you my experience of living in a Goshiwon apartment for 2 weeks. Because it is something I was curious about and I never done before, because even in my student time I never lived in a student dorm, and it's also really interesting to live at a place that just meets your basic needs. First off, when you enter an apartment in Korea, you always have to take off your shoes. Even on a small space like this, they have this strict rule. I have separate slippers for the living area and different ones for the bathroom, which helped me mentally divide the space. Even though the room is very tiny, I felt that it helped a lot. Also, some gachi ones have shared bathrooms, so you share all your the toilet and shower with the people on your floor. Mine has an own private bathroom I'm really grateful for. First, I thought it would be really tough to get used to it, to have the shower and the toilet at the same space and to shower at the same space of the toilet, but that was the easiest part. So I have also here a shell. Don't know. Yeah, and also toilet paper is not something that they provide you if you come to such an apartment, so bring it with you. Surprisingly, that was one of the easiest thing I had to adjust to, and yeah, I was totally fine with showering in this space. That thing for the air to remove the humidity, it does not work really, so I just opened the window. I have a window, I show you. But before we come to the window, I have here a desk. It is not really for you a desk because I just use it for my luggage. There's also no chair, so I assume students have to buy their own. And under the desk you find the fridge, and on the one hand is convenient to have one, but on the other hand it is really loud. That is also one thing I realized in those 2 weeks, and I found it really interesting, is that humans can adapt to things very quickly. So the first 2 or 4 nights it was really hard for me because the fridge was so noisy and the street is so noisy, and there is so much going on at night, and I also had something for my ears so I don't hear so much. But yeah, after 4 days it was not really a big problem anymore. I think that it is something that me maybe affects unconsciously in my sleep, but it's not something that I consciously recognized anymore. So I just focus on something else and then I don't hear it anymore. So humans can get used to things very quickly. So above the desk are a few shelves, and next to them is my very uncomfortable bed. The bed is quite small, so maybe 180 centimeters, so nothing for people who are taller. An interesting side note, so if you're thinking about living in a Goshiwon apartment or going to such a place, they say they provide bedding, but bedding means just the blanket and the pillow and nothing else. So no sheets for the mattress or for the blanket or for the pillow. You have to bring your own. Luckily I broke my own, but you have to know it before. It's so hot. I just closed the window for I think 5 minutes to film and don't have the noises from the street for you. And it's so hot in here. I think, let me show, 25 degrees. I could turn on the air conditioner, but yeah, I don't trust this thing. I will come to it later. Back to topic bed. That was something I could never get comfortable with. The mattress is very old and you can feel the springs poking through, so I could only lie on my back, and even though I have a thin blanket, this helps a bit, but yeah, it's very uncomfortable and my back hurts the whole time, even if I'm just not so old that it should hurt. Oh, you see, over the bed I have this window, and you don't see it because it's night, but there's just a wall, nothing else. And I have opened it the whole time because the air is so, I don't know, the air in this apartment feels stuffy and really humid. And if I go to school for 6 hours and come back, it's so stuffy and humid. It's really not a nice air. So I've always opened it. I think also that the air quality is the worst aspect of my Goshiwon experience, because yeah, like I said, the air is really quickly so stiffy, and I have an air conditioner, but it is very old, and to be honest, I'm not sure if there's mold in it. I'm also not really sure if this is mold or like this one. Yeah, it's just something, the air in this apartment is really not the highlight. So today is my last night in this apartment and I'm really happy to leave. But in the end, I want to summarize for you my experience. There's one thing that helped me really a lot to get a bit more comfortable in this apartment, and that is a factor of cleaning and organization. So I throw away my trash every day, and I have found a place for the most things in my apartment, like one part for my hair, one part for technical, one part for paper and books, one part for electrical stuff, one part for pharmacy. Also to have different slippers. It seems very weird, but it helped me completely to distinguish the space. That helped really a lot. That was one fact that helped me. And another thing that I learned about myself is that I can get used to things very quickly, and I don't need so much space like I maybe think sometimes. But there's a big but. To be honest, living in such an apartment like a Goshiwon apartment is just something for short-term periods of living. I think it will affect your mental health if you live at so a tiny space over a really long time. It is something that is fine for students because they are at a university the whole day, or if you're just here for an internship and you are at the company the whole day, it's completely fine. But imagine you would become sick and have to be in this small space for 2 weeks. I would go crazy. Or imagine corona pandemic in a Goshiwon apartment. Oh, that's really not good. And yeah, you could also not invite friends also, because the space and also the privacy with the bathroom is not really possible. So it's okay if you have the whole time of your day outside and just use the Goshiwon to sleep. And even this is not so comfortable. So for me, 2 weeks was completely manageable. Even if I wished the mattress would be more comfortable, or I'm not really sure if there's mold in my air condition or at my wall. But one thing I also heard is that Goshiwons, they are created for students and short time periods of living, but there is a development that more elderly people also live in Goshiwon's apartment because they are affordable, and if they don't have a family where they can go, it's their only option. I think that's not a really nice point, because I think no one should live in such a tiny place for longer. So it is created for students, it is created for short time periods, and for this it's totally fine because it meets all basic needs of sleeping and going to the bathroom and maybe eat a snack, and that's everything. Before coming here, I had also one false expectation, because I thought that Goshiwon's apartment, because they say they are for students, that it's like a student apartment in Germany. So that there are a lot of young people that build a small community, go to the kitchen, have a short chat, or maybe have a random party. I don't know. That is really not the case in a Goshiwon apartment, completely not. Goshiwons are a place of anonymous, a really anonymous place and quiet place. So the students, they come just here for studying, and they don't want to be distracted by anything. They just want to study, so there's not really a community, or it's not the same thing. But even if Goshiwon's apartments are an anonymous and quiet place, and obviously not the most beautiful apartment, I hope you enjoyed this information video and that you learned something and found it interesting. And if this is the case, smash the like button and leave me also a comment if you ever lived in a student residence, student dorm. How was it for you? How were the conditions in your student life? And yeah, I hope we see us in the next video again, and have a nice day.